I'm sitting here this morning listening to what I assume is heart screaming away in my head. I used to be in the music business, and I know approximately when I'm hearing something around 16, 17, 18,000 cycles per second. That's what this thing is. It's been going on for a long time, but it's louder and more intense the last week or so. And I decided to look up EMF protection on Google. And for manufacturing my medical equipment, I have a box of super magnets, which I got from magnetsforus.com. Very inexpensive, super duper magnets. Don't need problem with that one. And there is magnetic shielding you can buy, and of course there's the classic tinfoil hat, which actually does work a little bit. But these are extremely powerful little magnets, as you can see. I've got a pair of scissors here and a stapler. So I was moving them around my head, and I did notice that the actual squealing got quieter. So areas I found that work really well are right behind the ears. And if you pull these out, the squeal gets louder, quieter, but still there. And I have 4 of them together in a little clip, and I started moving that around my head. I found at the back, on the right side, just right in line with that tendon that comes up from the spine, it gets way quieter, but not gone. So I'm going to be doing a little more placement technique on these things and see what I can come up with. So I would say there is something going on there. Right at that point, it's much quieter, to the point where you'd say it was gone until you realize it's still there. It's still a lot quieter. So I'll be building some kind of hat. Not much seems to happen up over the top of the cerebral cortex, but towards the back, it's quieter right at the crown of the head. By at least 3 to 6 dB, which means if the 3 dB is it's half as loud as it was before. And down to the right rear, it gets quieter again. It starts to pull on the one that's on the ear. And down to level with the tip of the ear at the back, the noise is almost gone. And go around to the other side of the rear. No change for the worse, so either side on the back seems to work. It's back. Severely reduced. So it looks like level with the ears all the way around the back might be an ideal machine to make. There's back. There again, level with the top of the ear is the quietest point at the back. And I don't know what magnets will do to human health. That will attract the red blood cells, which have iron in them, which may be detrimental over a long period of time, but It's also quiet right there. So, there is something going on with this continuous screaming. It's not tinnitus. And I think this is part of the reason why the world is no fun anymore. This constant screaming is going on in our heads. So this may be a way to reduce, well, it is obviously a way to reduce some of the suffering. There are magnetic materials that could actually be folded into a helmet, like that guy in X-Men or the guy in Star Wars who had the big thing on the back of his head. Maybe prosthetic. And there are 3 technologies where if you take 2 of these frequencies close to each other, you get a beat frequency or vibration. You can put a voice on that and beam it right into somebody's head for programming purposes, or just making them think they're crazy, or just driving them nuts. So if you've been having thoughts that people are beaming stuff at you, worst case scenario, it would be personal, and they're sitting outside your house beaming it at you, or it's general worldwide from HARP. Thanks to the Carlyle Corporation, who bought HARP from the U.S. Navy, and one of the owners of the Carlyle Corporation is George Bush Sr. You look it up, and other people in that crowd. So what are they doing with an experimental auroral array? Well, my adherence was saying that she feels she's being personally targeted and persecuted. Like I said, in your case, you're the only person who's not paranoid when you say that aliens are hunting me down. So there you go, Mr. Utopia, the science guy. If I do figure this out, I'll put the helmet on here, and we'll have to make it fashionable so it's very Gucci and very cool to have one of these things on. And then, yeah, generations Y and Z can sport them as a revolutionary middle finger to the new Roman world empire order.